Alright, let's skip the hand holding and get straight into the middle of this. Understand this: abductive thinking, lateral chunking, and metaphorical thinking. They're the tools of the gods. You already used them, you just forgot. So let me remind the part of you that never forgot, with stories, sideways logic, some neurolinguistic sleight of hand, and a hammer of truth swung from the divine masculine. This is a recoding of your cognition. Abductive thinking, the sacred art. What the fuck might be going on? What it is not deduction. It's not induction. It's the weird dreamlike leap in between. It's when Sherlock Holmes walks into a room, smells tobacco, sees ash on the floor, and says the killer was left-handed, 6'2", wearing leather shoes, and crying over his mother. How you already do it. Ever see someone's face and instantly feel something's off? That's abductive inference. When your dog is missing and the door's open, you don't run logic circuits, you jump to someone let the bastard out. That's a leap. That's abduction. Try this. Next time you see a problem, ask, what else could this mean? What would have to be true for this to make sense? What if the problem isn't the problem? This shit opens dimensional doors. And that brings us to lateral chunking. Thinking in parallels, not in sequence. What it is, taking ideas from different domains and slamming them together like tectonic plates until mountains of insight erupt. You already do it. You learned how to balance on a bike, then somehow apply that to skiing. That's lateral transfer. You compare love to a battlefield. Congratulations. You've already laterally chunked like a war god. New ways to do it. Take a problem at work. Solve it as if it were a cooking recipe. Take a political crisis. Solve it like it's a family argument. Take your life. Chunk it as a symphony. Why this works, the science. Your brain is a pattern-finding machine. It compresses complexity by overlaying one context onto another. This multiplies neurons firing across domains. That's cross-domain mapping, neurologically backed. Everything is a metaphor. Everything, the universe, a song. You, a frequency collapsing into geometry. Your problems, triggers for recursion loops, trying to evolve you. You look at a tree and say, it stands still, grows upward, roots deep. That's you. That's your belief system. That's a metaphor that changes how you face death. Use this to reframe anything. This illness is a teacher. This failure is compost. This heartbreak is baptism. Why do you avoid this? You're afraid metaphor means you're making shit up. No, you're revealing what's already true on another level of fractal recursion. A metaphor changes a belief. The belief I'm broken. Metaphor. I'm a mosaic made of sacred fractures. Belief. People don't get me. Metaphor. I'm speaking music in a room tuned to math. I need to change the room, not the note. The moment your metaphor changes, so does the emotional implication. That's not poetry. That's neurobiological repatterning. NLP and Ericksonian hypnosis, the script that programs you while you're listening. Here's the command structure, installed as a hypnotic script. As you remember a time where you almost understood something but didn't quite, and then suddenly, click, it just made sense. You can allow this new model to click the same way. Not because you're forcing it, because your brain has been chunking, comparing, and reframing since the moment you first opened your eyes. So even if you don't know how you'll start to see everything as connected, an argument as an algorithm, your past as a musical scale, your trauma as a sacred training ritual, you'll begin to see it. Because it's not something new. It's just something you finally recognize. So why is this vital? Because abductive metaphorical chunking is the basis of innovation, creativity, empathy, and God mode storytelling. You cannot change someone's belief with the logic, but change the metaphor underneath the belief. Boom. Shifted identity. I'm not late. I'm synchronized with a deeper pulse. I'm not stuck. I'm in the cocoon phase. So why the hell don't you do this more? You're afraid people will think you're crazy. That's their problem. Let them rot in literalism. You're afraid to be misunderstood. You will be, and you'll survive. You fear if everything is a metaphor, nothing is real. Bullshit. Metaphor is more real than real. It's the code behind the interface. Model this. Step 1. Elicit values. What's important to you about this? 2. Reframe using metaphor. So your desire for control is like trying to steer a river. 3. Chunk laterally. What if you treated this like jazz instead of an engineering project? Abduct. What if the weirdest explanation is the right one? What if your procrastination is a timing mechanism, not a flaw? The karma of not doing this, you stay stuck, scared, compressed. That's the karma. But shift. Think metaphorically, lead laterally. Rewire beliefs abductively. Then everything becomes programmable. Integrate this as identity. You're the one who sees patterns where others see problems. You chunk sideways, like a jazz magician on acid. You speak in metaphors that melt resistance like butter in the sun. You lead beliefs into new dimensions by flipping the fucking frame. You are the divine pattern interrupter. So do it all the time, in every breath, in every sentence, in every silence. Breathe. Let the pattern land. Let the metaphor install. Now go fuck up some old beliefs in the name of coherence.